Hello, everyone. It is Monday, March 23rd of 26. Welcome to a new week. Day one, busy but not busy. Like at work, I really only had one thing to focus on. Not anything pleasant, unfortunately. Scratch that. A couple things to focus on because we had a couple of interviews today for front desk, which now, well, she needs to happen. And since it is now a quieter time period, I would like to, honestly, I'd like to get someone started this week. Why? Because we do now have a hole. Because somebody decided not to show up yesterday. The thing that bothers me, honestly, when we said, hey, this isn't working. This isn't fucking working. He's like, well, I wish you would have told me that before I got here. Understand. The last thing I want to do is fire someone over phone. I've done that once. And I only did that once because, well, the person didn't show up to work at all. I hated it. So, yeah. Yeah. We had to deal with that, and he waited for like another hour to go home because he needed to get a ride, supposedly. There's another problem. Again, the biggest issues I had were this particular person. They didn't want to be at work. It was that guy, and I had to yell at him because he didn't want to be at fucking work. It was painfully obvious he didn't want to fucking be at work. So he was sick, supposedly. I don't believe it. He said he had the flu. He said he had a note. Whatever. And so when he comes back, we call him on, we're talking to him on Thursday. He's like, yeah, I got a note through today. Yep, okay, fine, no problem. And then he said, and then he came in. He was like, oh, I'll be there the next day. I'll be there tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. Supposed to be at 3 o'clock. He didn't show up till 7:30. Now he called because apparently there was a thing. Oh my gosh, he had a phone problem, which I don't believe. Then when he got in, he said the reason he was late was because his mom didn't wake him up. Now, I lived at home. I lived at home. With my parents for 11 years. After moving out and coming back. I moved back home just short of my 27th birthday. It was November 2011. A little over 7 years later, Mom was gone. 3 years after that, my Dad was gone. I did not move out. Now, I may have asked for assistance. I may have said, yeah, I'll help. I need help getting out of bed. Sometimes I'd ask that. And they'd help. But if I was late, the people I never blamed. I never once blamed my parents. Not once. Again, not once have I blamed my parents for me being late. For non-medical reasons. For, like, they did something I should have done. Yeah. So anyway, that was a thing, and then he no-call, no-showed on last night. We had to call someone last second to help cover, and I'm thankful to that person for covering. So yeah. Like not willing to take responsibility for yourself, for your own actions. Yeah. We were done. That no-call, no-show kind of put us over the edge. So he gone. And then we had 2 good interviews today, 2 really good interviews today. And I honestly, we also have 1 interview tomorrow. Unless that person can cover all of what I need, all of what we need at the desk, I may hire the other 2. So yeah. So yeah, we canned a guy at 3 o'clock today. And then Connor stayed the whole rest of the evening to drive the shuttle that he was supposed to drive. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. He'd been here a month, worked a full shift 5 times. Seriously. But anyway, after that, tonight was the rehearsal, the Mad GSO rehearsal that I was asked to be part of, to assist, to help. It was great. The rehearsal was great. Megalovania kicked everyone's ass. Like, we all had a fucking problem. Holy shit. Um, and playing felt good. People enjoyed my playing, which was nice. Yeah, the day ended very, very nicely. But anyway, what's that? Prescribed burns. That's what those are. Cool. I think tomorrow's supposed to be around 50, and then it's supposed to get warmer on Wednesday and into Thursday, and then it cools off again, then it warms up again. We're in this portion of, yeah. That's that portion of spring that we're in now. So anyway, this week should be a fun week. We've got Echo Tap on Thursday. Friday is now a day off. Joe is taking the day off for Easter. I kind of wanted to also have off this Friday, and he beat me to it, and I said, do you mind if I take off too? He's like, yeah. I don't see why not. And even better, it's going to be my Easter holiday. So I'm not blowing my PTO. Yeah. Excited. And then Saturday is Adepticon in Milwaukee. And I come home. And I go back to Milwaukee for a brewery game, in which I join some friends for a 40th birthday anniversary, or 40th birthday celebration. Yeah. I'm excited. Anyway, should be a good week. We'll see you later on. Oh, we also have friends coming to visit as well. But they're more visiting each other. I won't say who, because I don't know if that's a known thing yet. So yeah. See you later this week. Hi. It's Tuesday. You might be wondering, Scott, you just talked to us yesterday. It's a weekly vlog. What are you doing talking to us today? Well, today's an important day. I need to flip that. Flip and mash, flip and mash. Oh! That got a little dark. Oops. Today marks the third birthday of the vlog. March 24th, 2023 was the very first vlog. Actually, it might have been the 23rd. You know what? I don't remember off the top of my head. I know it was... No, I probably made the first official date the 23rd and recorded after midnight. I never do that. Oh man, I never record a vlog super late at night towards the next day already. Where it's the next day, actually. I never do that. Right? Never. Not once. And I watched it. I remember what kind of brought it on was I was kind of testing, like, if I want to do a vlog or not. And I did a thing that was talking about my parents and all the shit that had happened like a year prior. Which, by the way, suck dick. I don't want to have to go through anything like that ever again with anyone. Friend, family, loved one, etc. I don't want to discover any of you in bed like that. Gavish? But yeah, it was on this day, 3 years ago, that I introduced myself to the world. In vlog form. Because why not? Love effect. And even back then I said, I don't know if this is going to be daily, or weekly, or sometimely, I don't know. And it started out being, I'm surprised I kept the daily vlog up for as long as I did. I think it was only last year that I changed to weekly. I think it was only last year. Or was it 2 years? I don't remember. I don't remember if it was 24 or 25 that I swapped over to weekly. I think it was 25 actually. But yeah, I wanted to check in while I'm cooking some food. Not that I'm cooking food for the week. I neglected to realize I'm out of pasta. I have no pasta to cook, which is fine. This is actually a shorter week at work. I only have 2 days left, and I can make that work. With food that I have in the house, I can make that work. I could probably do a cheat day maybe tomorrow. In fact, I probably will do that. Friday, I'm here. I'm here all day Friday. I have nothing planned, nothing going on. I'm taking my Easter holiday. Shit, forgot to send that email out. The shit that I remember while I'm at work, or while I'm at home. And one. Close enough. It's close enough. But yeah, it's been a good ride these last 3 years. We've done some things, done some cool things. We've learned some things about ourselves. When we say ourselves, I mean myself. Made mistakes. But I think looking back, well, I gotta have a couple things I've changed. But not much. We've said hello to people, we've said goodbye to people. Etc., etc. No, I don't want that locked. I want that locked, please. And it's just water, so I can go right back on the thing. And it's just water. And go right back on the thing. Yeah, we are making packaged bullshit today. Hamburger helper with Italian sausage. I shudder to think what Italian sausage costs right now. Actually, since things have started overseas, I don't really think I've gone grocery shopping too much. I think I've done like one run, maybe. Also, Brendan reached out to me today, talking about, because I bitched about the Great Dane sound system. And as I suspected, it all went back to the previous shithead who ran our trivia, the trivia side of things, with League Trivia of Madison. and Dane paid him on the side to jerry-rig something up, and it sucks. Oh, does it suck. The jukebox company doesn't want us to come back out and fuck with their things anymore. Pretty close. Hold on. I thought you were supposed to... You know what? I'll deal with that later. Anyway, happy anniversary, everyone. Happy vlog day. 3 years down and more to go. We'll see how long this lasts. See y'all later. Hello. A very happy opening day to all those who celebrate. I know we did. Oh, did we ever. For a brief moment, Jacob Mizorowski's ERA was infinite. Actually, I think technically it was... No, it was infinite, because there was no outs. For a brief moment, his ERA was infinite. Very first White Sox player to go to the plate against the Miz, hit it out. Now, all I saw was 1-0. I saw it was a homer. Like, fuck. Well, lead off homer. Guess they got their season started the way they wanted to. And then, he struck out the side. And he proceeded to start striking out White Sox left and right. To the point where, like, I think he went a total of 5 innings. He struck out 11. That is a Brewers opening day record. Yes, I know, Missy, you need new water. I'm working on it. The Packers got to spot the Bears a safety. We coughed up a safety. The Packers scored 2 touchdowns. That's the joke. Is the final score is 14-2. It was a baseball game. It was a baseball game at 14-2. Hot damn. Now, that makes me feel better about the impending season. However, I have 2 takeaways from this. My takeaways are simple. 1, it is 1 game in March. There are 161 games remaining in the remainder of the regular season. So, yeah. There's a lot of baseball left to be played. 2, it is the White Sox. The White Sox, in recent memory, how do I put this? They suck. And if you're a White Sox fan, I'm sorry, man. It is what it is. The White Sox currently suck. Currently suck. The Brewers, they don't suck. Yeah, okay, fine. They can't win. Or they have a hard time winning in the postseason. Postseason's hard. But I wouldn't go so far as to say that the Brewers suck. I know there are some other teams that would say they do. Dodgers fans would say they do. Cubs fans would say they do. And not that I know what the result of the Dodgers game was today, but what I do know is we are a game ahead of the Cubs. They lost to the Nationals 10-4 today. At home. My dad said a team should win their opening day. Oh, hi. I didn't even see you come upstairs. I have a kitty. Hi, you. My missy kitty. Are you a good girl? Are you a good girl? Yep, there you go. There you go. Found my kitty. So, anyway, today was good. I barely did anything at work today. Or at least I don't feel like I did anything at work. I got some stuff done. I didn't do my dailies. It's fine, whatever, I don't fucking care. They'll be there. Between next Monday and next Tuesday are going to suck. But you want to know something? Right now, they don't. I have 3 days off. I have friends visiting tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. They are not coming to visit me. They are visiting each other, and they are utilizing my hotel to do it. That's fine. I have no problem with that. White Sox Brewers Milwaukee leads 1-0. Who cares? So yeah, they're visiting over the weekend. Oh, I found out about 2:45 today. How is Grandma Betty doing? I thought this was out of nowhere. Well, apparently she was in the hospital last night. What? Yeah, I'm a little upset about that. And that's what I'm finding out. And then talk about how one of my second cousins is going overseas to help out in the war with Iran, which we're not even gonna fucking get into. I'm not even gonna get into that, but whatever. What the fuck ever. Hope he's safe. Hope he stays safe. And hope he's smart. Anyway, I'm probably spending the day inside tomorrow. I might go grocery shopping. I actually don't know yet. I don't know. One thing I do know, one thing I do know is that laundry has to get done tomorrow. Must get done tomorrow. I'm gonna try and do it before the sun goes down. As for when I get up, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna get up when I get up. Anyway. I'm going to go hang out and chill. Probably with some friends. Oh yeah, Badger hockey beat the fuck out of Dartmouth today. Which is great. God damn it. What if I joined forces with a swashbuckling cat to play tiny guitars for Women of the Night as you read Alex Haley's most seminal work? You'd be in cahoots with Puss in Boots playing lutes for prostitutes reading Roots. God damn it, the writing on that show is so fucking good. Alright. We'll talk this weekend. Again, tomorrow, not a whole lot going on. The following days, 2 days in Milwaukee. And one honestly may not happen, so depending on how I feel. So, we will talk later this week. Hello. It is Saturday. It is Saturday. And today did not go as planned. Last night did a late night ship of Arcinian seed with Yosh. It was getting late, so I actually peeked the spoiler log. It was going to take us a while to get back to the item we needed to get to anyway. Went to bed, and I woke up, and it was after 12:30 when I woke up. My shift working the booth at Adepticon started at 2. I wasn't feeling the greatest anyway. Like, I needed the sleep. Don't get me wrong, I needed that. So I texted Dave, and Dave was like, yeah, feel better soon, man. I mean, I'm working with people who work at the hospital. If I'm even remotely sick, if I even think I have a tickle, I shouldn't be thinking about going to work nearby these people. That said, I got shit accomplished today. I actually did some vacuuming. Missy. We keep singing the song to your people? Did some vacuuming, and I saw the filter was clogged up all the hell with hair. Because when you own a cat, you do not own a cat. You own a fur factory. That's right. That one has fur. Yeah, I'm talking about you. So I had to dig all that out, and I noticed the filter looked like shit, and I had one backup. And the filters are washable. So I washed out the old filter, put in the new one. That I hadn't done that since I got the vacuum like 4 years ago almost. So that got done. I took care of Kitty's box. I have not taken care of the toilet because I just didn't do it yet. And that probably won't happen until tomorrow night after I get home from events, plural, Oh, I have two friends staying at the hotel right now, and I haven't done anything with them. That's fine. They weren't coming to Madison to visit me. They were coming to Madison to visit each other. It's a middle of the road meeting spot ish. And I just happened to go, well, I work on, I mean, he was like, oh, what's your rates like for, give me a date. And I'm looking at the date going, we're not busy. I can do that rate. My people who know me, they know what that rate is. It wasn't busy this weekend, so I'm like, I'll give you this rate. And I told him the number. He's like, what the fuck do you mean? I'm like, this is the number. He was expecting to spend more for 3 nights, or sorry, for 1 night that he did for 3. Yeah, it's a good rate. I know Yosh and Bree got to experience that last year, and that's only like for my good close friends, people that I know. Oh, I need to open up basketball scoreboard. Go Purdue. Come on, Purdue. Pull that back. Of the 8 teams remaining, there is 1 from the ACC, 1 from the Big 12. Hold on. 1 SEC, 1 Big 12, 1 ACC, 1 Big East. And the remaining 4 are all Big 10. 2 of them played each other tonight. Another one is currently playing Arizona. That's Purdue, obviously, since I said, hey, Purdue, let's go. Illinois beat Iowa. Iowa, as a 9 seed, had no business in the Elite 8, and I'm happy for Iowa getting as far as they did. Go Illinois. I want Purdue to bring back Arizona. They're down 8 with just under 8 to go. They're at the 8-minute timeout, it looks like. Michigan plays Tennessee tomorrow, and then Duke and UConn play each other. That will have a lot of eyes on it. I don't know if I can care. Next weekend is the D2 and is the NCAA championships, all 3. D2, D3, and D3, D2, and D1. D3 is Emory against Mary Washington. D2 is Gannon against Lander. And then D1 is to be determined. Final Four is this upcoming weekend. Anyway, let's see. Did all that. I just got back from grocery shopping. Wow, that shit adds up in a fucking hurry. I'm just saying, that shit is adding up in a fucking hurry. And I didn't feel like I went on a big trip today. Didn't feel like a big trip, but it was a big trip, I guess. Tiff went to the game tonight. Another thing I found out today, I got a message on Thursday from family. How is Grandma Betty doing? How is my grandma doing? Spending 1 night in the hospital. Therapy tomorrow morning. Was threatened to not overdo it. What? What do you mean my grandmother's in the hospital? I saw her respond the next day. And then today there was more. And I'm like, this is the first I'm really hearing of anything. What is going on? And then someone finally told me she had hip surgery. Came home yesterday morning, was in a lot of pain, ended up falling last night. Hip broke, likely the break happened during surgery, and they didn't see it. So, second surgery this afternoon to fix that and replace the new hip. I just told them I probably forgot about being told about the hip replacement, which is possible, but I don't remember being told anything about this. So that's kind of upsetting. She's coming up on, I think, 86. So, like, I kind of want to know, because, I mean, as far as I know, like, in our family, she's the only last one, or she's the only other one aside from me to have the same name. So, when she does eventually go, before me, hopefully long before me, that will leave me with being the only person left with our family line. Now, ultimately, I don't feel pressure to keep the line going. I don't. Yeah, I don't intend on forcing myself to try to keep the line going, as it were. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna force anything. Missy. Here's a good kitty. We'll keep this one, though, for as long as we can. She turns 13 this year. You're getting old, Missy. You're a good girl. You stick it out for as long as you can. As long as you need to. Tomorrow's a busy fucking day. Baseball. Gamer Symphony Orchestra concert. Observing, not performing, sadly. If I was performing, I would not be going to the ball game tomorrow. I would be here because there's a matinee, and I'm missing the matinee. I'm going to the night show. And it's going to be a close fucking call. Because I'm going to leave at 4. I should, in 3 hours, be able to make that. Should. Anyway, I'm going to go hang out with guys online again. Always a bad idea. It's always a great idea. What am I talking about? We're going to play some music game. And then tomorrow's going to be a thing. When I get home tomorrow night, I'm going to cook my food for the week. I'm going to have brats this week. Because I want to make some brats. Yeah, and tomorrow's supposed to be much nicer. Like, I might bring a jacket. I may not even wear it into the stadium. Kiwi. Okay. See y'all tomorrow. Hello, everyone. It is Sunday. As you can tell, baseball has happened. Baseball has occurred. Yes. We won't get to the game because honestly, the game, I thought today would be a depressing vlog. It was not. Let's work backwards. I went to the MGSO concert, the last concert of the beta season, as they're calling it. And very good. Good show. Kind of interesting to hear how the concert, or how the kind of cool to hear how everything turned out in the end compared to the first rehearsal. It's harder to do that when you're at all the rehearsals. So when you hear it once, and then you hear it again, it's much different. And it's very cool. Now, my reaction, if you remember last time, I was kind of depressed and upset because of the realization that I'm not a number one player. I'm great as support, but I'm not a number one guy. And if you're a tuba player and you want to play in an orchestra, you have to be a number one player because there's only one spot. No choice. And honestly, this is not a comment. This is more a comment on my own playing than the other person's playing. He's fantastic. Spencer's great. It was good to meet him and talk to him. This time as an actual fellow musician, where he knows I'm a fellow musician. It was great. So when I walked out tonight, it actually felt good. I didn't feel depressed about, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to play in a group like this. Since that concert, we've had MagFest that has happened. I've done some VVGO recordings. Perfect? No. But they'll do. I've sat in the rehearsal with this group. I feel a lot better about where I'm at performance-wise. So, yeah. There is that. Before that, I went to go see my friends who are up here. I don't know who online knows they're up here or that they're together, so I'm going to leave them absent from the vlog, but I went to go see them at the hotel. They're staying at my hotel. They're kind of meeting in the middle. That's why I didn't spend so much time with them this weekend, because they're not coming up here to meet me. They're not coming up here to see me. They're coming up here to see each other, not me. So I'm staying away, keeping my distance. Kitty. Look at the kitty. Missy. Yes. So that was cool. It's good to talk to them. They went to the 3 o'clock show, and it was cool to get their reaction on how the group is, and they said it was a great show, so I'm like, great, I knew what to do. Yeah, during the show tonight, I was kind of a shitbird. Ben, who is the artistic director of the group, I think that's his title. He's the founder and I think it's the founder and artistic director of the group. He runs the group. He likes to have, it's not a typical orchestra concert where you go and you sit and you be quiet and there's and everyone's all dressed up and shit. And no, this is a show where the concert attire for the ensemble is a black t-shirt of some kind. Yes, you can have a design. I don't care. Who cares? Blue jeans and whatever shoes you want to wear. I like that. I like that a lot. I'd like to see more of them wear gamer shit, because, as I have been told, this is more musicians in the ensemble as opposed to gamers. They're more musician-type people. Which is, that's what they want to be, a professional-style ensemble. I'd love to see a not professional style ensemble of this ilk here in Madison, but that's a later issue. But yeah, Ben brought up how Pokemon, their first piece tonight was the Pokemon medley, Pokemon Red and Blue, which just celebrated 30 years. And I waited for quiet, and I said, "No, Ben, don't say that, please. That hurts." Everyone laughed, and everyone was groaning. I mean, I have projection. It's a small theater, so people heard me from the front row. And apparently, I didn't get the memo because no one else was sitting in the front row. There wasn't anything saying I couldn't, so I did. Honestly, so the rest of the orchestra so I can see the orchestra and say hi to people. Said hi to Katie immediately. Katie, who was the conductor. So anyway, before I saw my friends, I saw my other friends. Today was baseball. We played the White Sox. Now, we have already beaten the White Sox a combined 20 to 3. Yeah, 20 to 2? 3. Fuck was the final of Saturday's game? Game 1 on Thursday was a 14 to 2 final. And then we won, I think, 6 to... I don't know if it was 1 or 2. I think it was 1. Yeah, 20 to 3. Yeah, it was 20 to 3. And then we had new pitcher, at least new to Milwaukee, relatively new. Actually, he's pretty new to baseball. He's made 4 starts. Today was 5, and he got rickety wrecked. 2 walks, a bloop single, which not a whole lot you could have done about the bloop single. The walks you can do something about. And then bases loaded, cleanup hitter teed off. So it's 4-0 in the first. We claw back 2 after Contreras gets on, and then Gary Sanchez, who's been with the Brewers before, now he's back with the Brewers because he's old and no one really wants him. We got him mainly for, I think, a veteran presence, as well as he's a guy who can catch and play first. But Gary Sanchez hit a home run in the first. 389 feet out. I remember that one. White Sox got that right back in the second. Solo shot by their Japanese phenom. There's 2 outs, by the way, at this point. And then... No. Yeah, it was 2 outs. And then he goes yard. And then more issues. Sproat did not have a good day today. He made it through 3 innings. How he made it into the third, I still don't understand. But whatever. It's very clear our managing staff knows what they're doing. Or they at least have an idea of what they're doing. So it's 7-2 after 3. Sproat's gone. Our bullpen comes in and goes to fucking work. And they shut the fucking door is what happened. Brewers got 1 middle of the game somewhere. I don't remember when. And then we get to the bottom of the 8th. It's 7-3. I think if we don't really do anything here, I'm going to leave because I need to get to a concert. I had already thought about leaving early. And if at the bottom of the 8th we don't do anything really, really well, I'm just going to go because this isn't going to end well. And we batted around. I think we did. So get a couple guys on. Oh, we actually load the bases. Terang gets up. No, we get guys on. Lockridge comes up, knocks 1 in. And then we get the bases loaded. Terang comes up, knocks 2 more in. So it's 7-6. 3 guys on, 7-6. Contreras pops out. And then, who was third? Who batted third? Rengifo. Rengifo guts out a play. I may not remember how this whole sequence ends up. So now it's 7-6. Let's just go with it's 7-6. 2 on. Probably I think there was 2 out. And they take Sanchez out, who had replaced Jefferson Quero, who was catching. Now Sanchez was catching. Now Yelich comes in. Christian Yelich. And they didn't prompt anything on the board. Yelich was just... He was supposed to have an off day. And they said, it's bottom 8. They got their closer in. Let's go. So Yelich goes to fucking work. And he works the count pretty well. And then he sends one to right field. 421 feet away. Almost foul, but it wasn't foul. It stayed fair. Now it's 9-7 Brewers. And the crowd erupted. They fucking erupted. It was so good. So good. And then, what's his fucking name? McGill. Trevor McGill comes in, slams the door shut. Brewers get the sweep to start the season. Yes, I know, it's the White Sox. But wins like we had on Thursday don't really tell me a whole lot. Wins like we had today, that tells me a ton. Our batters never stopped. Like, we kept getting hits. We were still hitting. We were still getting guys on base. We weren't doing anything with them. We were 1 for 14 heading into the 8th with runners in scoring position. A lot of those guys were on third fucking base. I hated that. Oh, I hated that. We were 5 of our last 6, I think it was. Yeah, 5 of our last 6 with runners in scoring position. So yeah. On top of that, I was in a suite. It was good. Got to see the Volden there and his son Henrik. They're going to KC later this week to see the Brewers in some pretty cool all-inclusive seats. I love those. I want to do those. I think it's like $85 a seat, but it's $85 all-inclusive. You get a seat, you can drink, you can eat. I mean, like, if I spend $85 on a seat, I'm happy. You're telling me I can spend that on a seat and eat and drink? Sign me the fuck up. I might actually try and do that at some point this year. Do a little bit of a road trip. But I have to plan $85 plus a night at a hotel. Because Kansas City is not a short drive away. You probably have to do 2 nights at a hotel, actually. Go down, spend a day in KC, then come back up. We'll see. We'll see if funds allow for a little trip like that. Otherwise, that's a for future considerations thing. It's been a good week. And the weekend's exactly what I needed. This upcoming week, I'm the boss at work. Because Joe's off. I am so busy the next couple of days. Because it's the last 2 days of the month. And Tuesday's payroll. And I'm hoping the 1st through the 3rd, not so much going on. To where on the 3rd, I can dip early. And have my shit will be done. And I can dip early. I'm on call this weekend, which is fine. And tomorrow's supposed to be like upper 70s. Yes, upper. I said upper 70s. Because global warming isn't real. We all know this. I'm lying. It's real. Climate change is real, people. Yeah, it's going to be like 77, I think, is the forecast tomorrow. And then a front goes through and the winds shift to out of the north and the temperature goes for at least a couple of days. It's the typical, I don't know what season it is, season. Anyway, my Hot Pockets are done. I'm going to have my dinner. We'll get this thing edited here. And I might start doing some arranging for Gamer Bones. We'll see if I can get it done. That's less than 3 weeks away. 3 weeks from yesterday. Yikes. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. See you next week. Take care, everyone.